All right, and it looks like we're live for the GITV live show on July 12th, 2016. Bill is wearing a special helmet, isn't that right, Bill?
Yep, because I'm wearing a special shirt.
Well played. And in case you're curious, you've probably seen this helmet and the armor that goes along with it on our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter a lot recently. And in case you're curious, we don't make this ourselves. This is actually from Galactac. This patch comes with, well, pretty much the helmet and the body armor. It's made by a gentleman named Ryan B. Flowers. You can find him on Instagram. We've actually got 4 sets of this. It's pretty legit looking, and you can actually see a lot more through the visor than you would expect.
Yeah, and the nice thing is, like, the visor, like, since it's in, you have that center part, you can actually look down and kind of see where you're going at points so you don't trip over stuff, because I had a mask where basically this was the amount of you could actually see out of, was like almost like a slit, and there was one time where I actually tripped and almost like ate it.
That was a different mask.
That was a completely different mask, yeah. Same like an old one that I had.
But basically what we're trying to say is you actually have more visibility out of this lens than you would normally expect from something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So pretty cool. But yeah, you can look forward to seeing this in a lot of different BB Wars games coming up, most notably BB Wars Origins Airsoftology, which is going to be held at GamePod Combat Zone on July 30th and 31st. And it's important to note that because it's sponsored by Crytek, which means you're going to have a lot of awesome raffle prizes from Crytek, but they've also worked out a special discount coupon code with us where if you buy a ticket to BB Wars Origins Airsoftology at GamePod on July 30th and 31st, you will get a one-time use only coupon, good for a year, for $50 off any gun from the Trident Mark II series. That means, if you want to get a Trident Mark II, you might as well get a ticket to the game because you're essentially going to get a free game out of it and have that $50 coupon. Essentially, it's they're going to balance each other out. $50 ticket price, $50 coupon on the Crytek Trident Mark II. Or if you don't want one, or you already have a full-up Airsoft armory, give it to a friend who can use that coupon code, who can save $50 off on a Trident Mark II series, whether it's an SPR, CRB, or even the PDW, which I think is a really great gun personally. So that being said, check out those games. We've also got an East Coast Airsoft game coming up. It's BB Wars Battlefront Spiderhole on July 24th, sponsored by Vulcan. Our East Coast guys are going to have a lot of good fun over at Augusta Airsoft. It'll be actually the first time we're running an event at that field. But overall, I'm actually really excited with this setup. I think it looks cool in just about anything. We actually had Bill wearing this, and we created a couple dope memes out of it.
Yeah, we did.
It's funny because looking at the photos after the photo shoot, I didn't realize you got that silly, sassy, or playfully sexy.
Oh yeah. I was going for sorority girl on the one.
Yeah. The O girl.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, I've also learned on this with the chin strap. Like, it's best to honestly just have it go not actually on your chin, but under like that. It makes it way more comfortable. Because when you don't have it buckled, you could do this.
That is actually surprisingly funny to see.
I was doing it while you were talking and watching the screen to see what it looked like.
Well, if you guys have any questions or comments, throw them in the comment section. We'll try and answer them. I'm actually trying to...
You're in the wrong screen, that's why.
You're in the wrong screen, Bill.
No, I'm not.
You are
in our channel.
Stop it. You're a bad person. Okay, so
really?
I am trying to... where is it? Anyway... Throw the questions in the comment section. I'm going to try to get to them as soon as we can. Why can I not find it?
Okay, go back to the streaming part.
What's the streaming part?
The part that's the YouTube not that, and then you should be able to. There's like a watch. There you go.
You on watch page. Woo!
There we go.
All right, so yeah, today we are going to be talking about Airsoft Stereotypes Part 2.
All right, I'm going to the hat.
Go for it. If you guys have any Airsoft Stereotypes you want to throw in the comments, we definitely love to hear them. The last time we did a live show focusing on Airsoft Stereotypes, you guys had a bunch of different ones that we hadn't actually heard of before. So
it's way brighter in here now.
It is. Well, it is tinted. And right before we get to that, we actually do have a patch package coming up, which is why I've got all of these gift cards. I've got $4,000 worth of gift cards I'm holding here. I actually want to see what it looks like spread out. I'm not going to show the reverse side because that's got the codes on them where you can use them. But essentially, the red ones are the lower dollar amounts. The blue ones are the mid-dollar amounts, like, $100 or $75. And these yellow ones are the high dollar amounts. Like, let's see.
Yellow like gold.
Yeah, $250, $500, $1,000. There's actually two $250 ones. But you can see the whole breakdown of, what you can get in our patch package coming up on our website very soon. I believe it should be going live on July 16th. So yeah, you'll have a chance. Basically, you throw in $5, and you're either going to get a random patch from our store, which is generally worth $5 anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, or you're going to have a chance at these gift cards that can range all the way from $20 up to $1,000. I mean, again, there's $4,000 worth. Actually, I shouldn't mix that up. It's going to piss off Frank.
Yeah, don't do that.
But yeah, no, it'll give you $4,000 worth of Well, there's $4,000 worth of gift cards right here in my hands. Pretty cool.
So something I discovered on this was, because it's got the Velcro on the back, it actually fits a name tape perfectly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, see?
Oh, well played.
Because since there's nowhere on the front for it, it was like, oh, I'll put it on the helmet for these pictures, even though we never took a picture of the backside of the helmet.
That's true.
I was like, I'll put it on there.
That's
So
cool.
like, oh, that's who's in there.
Any recommendations for knee pads at GamePod Combat Zone? Me, personally, I use internal knee pads. Like, I believe the Condor Stealth Operator pants have internal slots for knee pads. My Triple Design pants have internal slots for knee pads. I just like those because they don't ride up or down. They stay in the same spot. Bill, I believe you use Hatch X-Tac knee pads.
Yes, and I think you still have my one other knee pad somewhere in your apartment.
I will find it.
Yeah. But the X-Tac ones I find are actually good for GamePod because if you want to try and do a slide or something like that, because they're a hard plastic, A, doesn't kill your knees, B, moves, slides really easily because GamePod has relatively smooth concrete. And you've said, though, with the soft ones that you actually can take a knee on BBs and you don't really feel anything.
Well, I mean, you know it's there, but it doesn't hurt like stepping on Legos.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I tried to do a combo one time. You got to go with one or the other.
Yeah,
otherwise, it's
stupid.
like, I can't bend my leg.
No, that's ridiculous. All right, someone was talking about Airsoft Stereotypes. The Leroy Jenkins. I actually like playing with folks who do Leroy Jenkins. I think it's hilarious. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Leroy Jenkins!
And just charges
right in there, yeah.
And you're like, all right.
Yeah. The Superman dude, I assume it's someone who, is impervious to BB hits.
Yeah,
that's what I
which,
would guess.
that's why actually I hate Superman. Like, not like the actual superhero, because he is essentially invincible. Like, okay, yeah, kryptonite or whatever, but the guy has every superpower imaginable. It's just kind of like, That's why I like Batman. He has no superpowers.
Yeah, well, he does have the power to have billions of dollars.
Yeah, but I mean, he's just got he's like the equivalent in is that it's DC that is Batman, correct? Yeah, DC. He's basically the equivalent of Iron Man almost in the Marvel, because they're both billionaires and they both have really cool suits and they just kind of do whatever they want.
Sure.
Yeah.
You bet.
Batman.
Okay. Someone was actually saying Walmart Jimmy, and that's interesting. I assume you mean the stereotype, and I would assume that would mean someone who buys the lowest price gear they can find, or just something in a big box store. We've definitely seen we've seen a fair amount of those out at some of our events, and it's tough because I don't want to fault someone for that, because people want to get into the sport and want to play, and sometimes different people have different financial issues. And I've actually seen folks come out to, I believe it was Tim vs. Bob 2. Remember I told you the story?
The low crawling kids?
The low crawling kids. There were some folks that actually drove down from Oregon, and one of them had a Spring M14, another one had a Spring Thompson, and even though their guns weren't very competitive, they were out there and playing their heart out and having a great day of gameplay. So I really got to give it up to them. They even got some kills, and I mean, I got shot to heck that day.
You got a giant axe. Everyone kind of aims for you.
Well, there were a number of human wave charges that I led, but let's get back to some more Airsoft stereotypes. That's not one. The gear softer. That's folk. I was actually going to talk about that. I was thinking about it on the way here about folks who go to Milsim games. Like a long time ago, I noticed this where you hadn't gone to Op Irene, but some different Lion Claws games are like this. We'll have people on the side that's playing Delta Force, the Rangers, just so kitted down with gear that it really slows down their ability to move and adapt to the situation. Whereas the folks playing either the Russians, the Insurgents, whatever local force there is, like they'll have like a chest rig and an AK or just very lightweight loadouts, and they'll be able to move around the map as quickly as they physically can.
But the question is, though, isn't that kind of almost realistic when you think about it? Like if you're doing like a Black Hawk Down scenario, the U.S. soldiers aren't going to be as fast because in real life they had way more stuff that they were carrying, and then you have the Somalis, which were just dudes in a t-shirt saying those shorts with an AK, and that's pretty much it.
No, and that makes sense. I'm just talking about specifically the folks that like overload on gear.
Oh yeah, like I have what they would normally wear and then some.
The overly serious operator stereotype. Yeah, that's kind of exactly what we're talking about. Like someone, like I can understand. Like believe me, I bring a lot of stupid stuff I probably don't need onto the field. Probably. You would agree?
Yeah. Like, do you really need Big League Chew on the field?
Yeah. Okay. I do. Maybe you don't. I do.
I don't. No.
Actually,
I just need water.
I know chewing bubblegum on the field has pissed off our editor or a number of editors so many times because they'll look at the footage afterward and all they hear is, they're like, God dang it, Bob, what the hell? I can't use this audio.
Well, you can.
Yeah.
It's just going to be E.
The no t-shirt, only plate carrier guy.
I wore a T-shirt.
Okay. Well, it was a very tiny T-shirt.
Well, it was sleeveless. That's why.
Oh, okay.
I think he's talking about like the guy that is literally shirtless with a plate carrier, so gut is fully exposed, back, sides, all that stuff.
See, I guess that doesn't bother me as much because some of the...
I couldn't do it. You know why? Chafe nipples.
That's what you put tape over. That's what runners do.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Just getting the tape off, though.
It's like 40-year-old virgin. Ah, Kelly Clarkson.
Jesus.
The waxing part.
Stop it. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. Like some of the AOs we've been to lately, like Water Wars, or sometimes like Game Pod during the summer, it gets pretty hot. So
well, I mean, that's why I went sleeveless in Game Pod was because it was extremely hot in there.
Yeah, and it also, I mean, just to be complimentary, you did look good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was in much better shape, I think, back then too.
Indeed. Ooh, this is a good one. I like just the fact that it has Mr. in front of it. Mr. High Cap.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, that's hard for me to fault people on that because, using high caps can be very liberating when you've only been using mid caps for a long time, which is kind of what I do. I'll literally I'll have like 7 mid caps and 1 high cap that's like if I've gone through all the mid caps, it's like this is just balls to the wall, so I'm going to put in the high cap and go to town.
No, I don't mind them. The reason I don't like mid caps is the rattle.
Yeah.
Because like if you're really trying to sneak, it's like...
Yeah.
You're like, crap.
I like being sneaky enough to where like I can quietly fart and someone's like, someone just farted? I think someone farted. This is a good one. The knee pad guy. That's like Daniel, our old boss.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, who'd like consistently slide.
He slid every time. I did it like once or twice because I was like, I've never done this before. Let's see what it's like.
The thing is, Daniel did it well, and he looked cool while doing it, and it was also effective.
Well, yeah, how he would slide in the cover, he'd get really low, and then like turn his body, and then he'd like be right there, and you're like,
I don't know how he did that. Yeah, I've seen him too. He would run up, slide, and then he would get his gun up and shoot while he's sliding. I'm like, dude.
I tried to do that one. It's hard to try and do all of that at one time, like, and not run into something.
Ooh, good one, Untouchable. And I'll be honest, there's not a lot of things in Airsoft I hate, but this thing really grinds my gears. This is the Mr. Bang from 50 feet away guy. That's pretty much, in a lot of fields, in case you don't know, people will give out bang bang kills if you're too close or just like a courtesy thing. But invariably at a lot of different either events, operations, or regular days of gameplay, you get people who will yell bang bang at you when you're when you obviously have the drop on them, or when they're so far away, they're just doing it so they can get the kill out of kind of unfairness. Like, let's say I'm lining up on a corner, and I just keep yelling bang as I go around it until I see someone, and I'm like, dude, you're dead. Like, it's kind of unfair.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, the only one, I hate the bang bang rule, to be honest. I've played at places where there's 0 foot engagement distance, and the rule is, if you're within 10 feet, make sure it's semi, and you do it center of mass. Don't aim for the face, hand, whatever. But, like, the only one that I don't mind is the parlay. If you come muzzle to muzzle with someone, and you're just like, no one's going to win this. Let's walk away and try again.
The guy with AR 500 armor.
You did that one time.
Yeah, no, I've worn, I think it actually was AR 500 armor. So
yeah, it's pretty much like the standard for metal plates.
I definitely run with plates before, and it was more of like to get an experience of what it'd feel like to actually like, wear something around in the realm of being realistic with real body armor, and it is difficult. I definitely have a lot more respect than I already had, which was huge and substantial for folks in the military and law enforcement who wear plates, because like that is not easy, and you definitely, if you're not accustomed to them, you can roll or break an ankle. I mean, you can screw up your knees, so it's definitely...
Well, hell, even when you brought them in when we were doing the hanger video, I put that on, I was like, oh my god, this is... You actually do need thick shoulder pads with those.
Yeah, I mean, it's 20 pounds.
Yeah.
So, let's see, the day nods guy, I've seen a few of those. I mean, usually it's like the dummy nods just for looks. And, each their own. I mean, I wear a Fomax, so be it.
So be it.
The you shot my camera guy. That is a very interesting one to put out there, because I mean, I have seen people get upset over this before. It's like, oh, you shot my camera. It's like, well, if all I can see is your face and your helmet and your camera, like, why don't you have a lens protector on your damn camera?
Yeah.
It's like you brought it out to a game where BBs are going to be shot at you. How can you be so upset?
How hard is it to go buy a piece of Lexan from Home Depot and cut it out? Like, come on.
The Navy SEAL kid, I can understand that. I mean, the I didn't feel it kid. I mean, that happens with adults too, and it is really aggravating. Thanks, Nathan McNamer. I actually kind of like his name. The American SMG, the Meme Lord.
What?
I don't know be.
I'm not quite sure what that means.
Yeah. So, oh shoot, I can't do that. Oh God, it's moving too fast. Why don't you look at some of these and shout them out, Bill?
Let's see, there we go. I'm looking for the selfie software. I've never actually seen someone taking selfies while playing. Have you? I've never seen it.
I'm actually kind of tempted to do that now. Just to piss off people.
You got to probably have those gloves where it can actually like work. Although with the iPhones, you can just use the side button. But
ooh, Just Knife Guy. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
And you definitely get shot a lot doing that.
Oh yeah, I mean you're the knife guy.
Oh yeah. No, I mean I've definitely been out to. It's only happened a few times, but when I go to the field and I don't bring enough guns out there, or all of them crap out at the same time, or I just have my axe. It's like, all right, well, I'll make the best of it.
Here you go. Since it's trending, the guy who looks for Pokemon.
If that happened during a game and the guy was serious, I think it being serious is much funnier.
Yeah.
If like he's like, oh God, there's a Charizard here. That's the only Pokemon I know, and Pikachu. He's like, oh, I got it, and then he just gets up and starts walking around the field. That would be hilarious. If he was serious, if he was screwing with everyone, not nearly as funny.
Oh, do you remember? I mean, I didn't follow Pokemon, but the only one I can remember was I think it was called Blastoise, the turtle with like the cannons.
Yeah.
That one. So I saw someone refer to it as Water Bowser.
Oh,
I was like, that's actually incredibly clever.
That's pretty good. Ooh, this is interesting because it's definitely poor sportsmanship. The my gun is better guy. Like,
my response is usually, cool story, bro.
yeah, it's like, okay, man, go have a fun time.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Here's your gold star.
No, I mean, it's like those kind of people that want to like prove they're better than you in the field. It's like, dude, this is Airsoft.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't care. Just give me a gun and
I'm here to have fun.
You gotta be the best time like I've had is actually usually like now it's like when I haven't brought any of my guns and it's like I'm using like someone else's or like a sponsor or whatever, and it's like I just feel like Master Chief, like I need a weapon, and they just give you whatever, and you're like, all right, let's do this. Like it doesn't even matter.
Let's see, got a couple of... Ooh, this is one I have been. The green ghillie suit in Desert Dude. Yeah, I've been there, and it's stupid, and sometimes you're just so happy you made a ghillie suit, you're going to commit to it no matter how...
I'm in the middle of the desert, and I'm in green. All right.
Well, I remember when the one time...
I'm a cactus.
I was like, maybe if I put enough local foliage into it, like it will kind of, because like you see like the sort of green bushes with all brown around.
Yeah.
You're like, maybe like I can make it look close enough to. And
you watch that special on Discovery Channel about like army snipers and stuff like that. Making the ghillie suit, you're like, I'm gonna do that, and then you get out there, you're like, this is way harder than I thought.
Well, it takes a while to put local foliage, into your ghillie suit.
Well, because there's like a technique to it, putting certain places.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with like I didn't know there was a technique to like putting on face paint. Like areas that are more recessed, like your eyes, you put lighter paint on, and areas that stick out, you put darker paint on so it appears flat.
Correct.
I didn't know that. I was like, whoa, there was a lot more behind it than I thought. I thought it was just like paint, and then you're like, let's do this.
Let's see. The dad with his kid stereotype. That is a stereotype, but it's a good thing. I mean, we definitely want parents to, obviously engage in their kids' hobbies, and also that's the only way we're going to grow the sport. But that definitely is a stereotype, so fair play.
I remember, I think it was Assault on Antioch. There was a father and son there, and the father was like, I'm going to take a break, and then they got those air-conditioned rooms, and that's right, my gun went down, and the guy had like an M249. He's like, here. Take this, and he hands it to me, and I just start walking down the street at hip, just going back and forth, clearing way. It was amazing.
The meat shield, the guy who hides behind everyone.
I don't do that. I don't know why you're looking at me. Seriously, when have I done that?
I'm just kidding.
I'm like, when have I done that?
I was trying to think if I've ever done that, because I know at some point or another, I'm sure I've taken advantage of people in front of me that either don't want to move.
Human wave charges are kind of that, aren't they?
Yes, I mean if you're behind everyone. Although I've dealt with folks who are like, hey, we got to charge this room, stack up. And he says stack up, and he means in front of him.
Yeah.
It's
obviously.
like, we got to get in there, we got to go, but I'm going to be the last person in line so everyone gets shot before me. Like, that's annoying. Mr. Blackout Loadout.
That was a long time ago.
That is totally you, though.
I did used to do that.
Yep.
But no one else had it, and people usually liked it because they never saw it. Granted, it was always 100 degrees, and they're like, why are you wearing all black? I was like, I don't know, it looks cool.
Let's see. The I'm not moving up guy. Thanks, in case. Yeah, I've been that, and I've seen that. Just because, again, to go back to the person who's yelling at someone to move forward. Sometimes you'll go to a milsim op where the officer in charge of a platoon, a company, or whatever, is like so gung ho for people to move forward, they will just send them right into a meat grinder, even though everyone's clearly getting shot, no matter how far they go. It's like after you hear that guy yell enough and not move forward himself, you're like, okay, guy, I'm staying.
Yeah.
Like, sorry.
And sometimes you just want to move forward, but it's like, we are completely surrounded. We can't do anything right now.
Oh, this is another one that is also pretty infuriating. The dry fire guy who calls you hit. That's infuriating.
I don't think I've ever experienced that, actually.
I've seen it before at some of the recreational games. I know I've encountered it a number of times at SC Village, where it's like, the guy was like, I'll even tell you, I'm like, hey, dude, I really don't think your gun's shooting anything. Like, why don't you try it now? And then he won't even try to be like, no, I know I shot you, so get off the field. It's like, dude, like, all right, fine. Like, because we were at Airsoft GI, we have to hold ourselves to a higher standard.
Yeah. So
I was like, all right, it's fine. I'll call myself out. Then, like, the guy walks away and he shoots, and he's like, yeah, you were dry firing.
Yeah.
You dumbass. The battle belt guy. I've actually been tempted to become this guy recently. It is actually very liberating going from wearing a plate carrier all the time to a battle belt.
For what, shotgun pistol night?
Yeah, that's, for shotgun pistol night, I generally will just put my pistol in the holster. I carry the Scorpion extra mag thing, and then I just wear a Condor shotgun.
Scabbard?
No, not shotgun scabbard. It's the belt holster. Bandolier. I wear a shotgun bandolier, and that's all I need. So, not really a battle belt. Although it'd be really nice to get like one of those HSGI battle belts.
Yeah.
The sure grip ones.
Oh yeah, those are really nice.
Yeah. But before we go on to more of these stereotypes, we actually want to talk about, for those of you who've stayed with us, which is about 211 of you right now live, we actually are having a giveaway that's going on until July 15th. Why don't you tell them about it, Bill?
So, on July 15th, we are going to be giving away a certain pistol that is known as the 715. It is the Dan Wesson revolver, and I actually have it right here. And so you are going to get this really nice hard carrying case. It's going to come with 2 of these speed reloaders, as well as 2 cartridges of CO2. Mm-hmm. And let me try and get this thing out of here. Boom. Right here is a replica 357 Dan Wesson Airsoft revolver, and I believe this one is the field legal variant, which is awesome because you can use it. So what we're going to be doing is, I think the next few days, we're going to be posting to Instagram about this giveaway. So in order to win it, or have a chance at winning it, I should say, you have to like us, like Team AS.
Follow us.
Follow us. Page. Yeah, I'm getting my social medias confused. Follow us. Follow ASG on their official Instagram, and then comment on our posts with the hashtag, if I remember correctly, Team ASG and ASGI, and you will be entered for a chance to win this. Oh, and one final thing, you are going to get hard holster for it. I can't
That's
talk
actually
to
really
them.
cool.
Yeah, it's actually really cool. Mounts, slips it through your belt.
Oh, that's really nice. That'd be...
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And then you do the Carl.
Yeah,
Carl.
All right. So just to reiterate, this giveaway is going to be going on until 7/15. That's July 15th. And again, you make sure to follow our Facebook. Again, make sure to follow our Instagram. Stop it. Follow Team ASG's Instagram. I believe it's just Action Sport Games.
Yeah.
So follow our Instagram. Follow Action Sport Games Instagram, and then comment on our photo about this gun. Hashtag Team ASG and hashtag Airsoft GI. ASGI.
Yep.
So yeah, then we're going to choose the winner from those posts on July 15th, and we will announce it publicly.
You're going to feel this thing's got some heft to it.
No, I did the review on them. I actually really like those guns.
I think I wasn't here.
And it does have a safety on it too.
It does, which is surprising because most revolvers don't have safeties.
Yes, correct.
This is my safety, sir.
Yeah, but for Airsoft, I think that's a nice feature to have.
Indubitably.
Okay. All right. Dude.
I like this hard carrying case. I actually think, to be honest, if you had a real one of these, it would fit perfect in here.
Yeah.
A real Dan Wesson 357.
All right. We actually got God, you guys are really good at coming up with stereotypes, because a lot of these, I didn't think of before I got on the show, and we were surprised a lot on the last one. The Stolen Valor Kid. I actually remember a video that Greg Wong, a.k.a. Spartan117GW, check out his YouTube channel after this show, who was at a local field, and some fellow, I don't know if he was under 18 or over 18, but he was pretending, or it really seemed like he was pretending to have been in the Army, to Greg, and was giving people advice on how to turn a corner. And Greg was calling him out on it, and the kid got really cagey, and then his dad picked him up and he left. So, yeah, there definitely are those people that do that, and it's definitively wrong and disrespectful. So hopefully there are fewer and fewer of those over time. The Call of Duty guy, I'm not exactly sure what makes them...
I feel like that was said last time, and we never got a definition of what they mean by the Call of Duty guy.
Yeah, so let us know. I mean, I'm curious, because I don't know what would make someone a Call of Duty guy unless they, like, accurately replicated the loadout, or, like, what would make them a Call of Duty guy stereotype.
Or, like, they call the guns what they're called in Call of Duty, because I know not all of them match up.
Guy who thinks his handgun is a sniper. Now, I'll be honest again, I've been in that position where, you know, you see someone far away and you're thinking, maybe I can lob this and really hit him. And the thing is, sometimes it works. Sometimes it does. Like, the first time I played at that water park, Rock Hula Water Park, I was literally in the middle of one of the trenches, and I saw some dude from really far away. And it was the first time I'd used my KWA ATP. And I was like, maybe plop. Click, hit, yes! Like, it was so nice.
Did you change out the bucking on that, or was it stock bucking?
Stock bucking.
Because I know it can use the same bucking as the LM4, the Maple Leaf.
Yeah, and I think this is before the LM4 came out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let's see. The guy who asked to borrow your speed loader, I've definitely been that guy.
I've been that too. Usually it's like private game, and I was like, I forgot a speed loader.
That's exactly what happened last time, yeah.
It was lucky I grabbed the two we have here in the marketing department.
The rat you out guy. I'm curious if that's like someone who like tells the ref you're not calling your hits. Or
I think that's what that means.
That's probably what that is. Father Stereotype 2.0. The extremely young son, 10 years old, and extremely mad father. I mean, yeah, I'm sure I feel like I've seen some videos of, you know, very protective or overprotective fathers.
Why are you shooting my son? It's the game.
Airsoft game. Shoot, the comments are going crazy. Let's see. Just got to scroll back up.
Oh wait, I think they were giving. We were just there.
No. We haven't seen any of these yet.
Yeah, we did.
No, I haven't seen any of these.
I saw it.
No, okay, Bill. The fireworks guy. Interesting.
What?
Do a shout out on the targets outside. You know, I appreciate it in case. It was a good suggestion, but because we are on the live show on YouTube, we actually can't move the camera out like we can on Facebook Live. But we are going to be doing Facebook Live streams throughout this week. So look forward to our one tomorrow on our Facebook page. There's a ton of Pokemon at D14. That means a lot of folks who play Pokemon Go ought to head out to D14 Airsoft as soon as possible. Also, make sure to join us for our Battle Buddy game out there. I think it's the weekend of July 24th.
Yeah, I think so. And there's a new thing with that the proceeds are being donated to. They posted it on their the GI Tactical Facebook and also Uncut. Proceeds are going to, I forget what the foundation is, but for the fallen officers of Dallas.
Yeah, I think they've worked with that foundation before, and it doesn't just focus on one police department. It deals with a wide variety.
Yeah, it's a wide variety for, you know, to help the families of fallen officers. But since the tragedy there, I think either all the proceeds or like a good majority of them are going towards that.
And that's good. I'm glad they're out there helping their local community, and they've been doing that for some while on the down low. But they we want to help them promote it so we can get more money for those folks who definitively deserve it.
Yeah.
I don't understand that one.
Which one?
The guy whose airsoft budget beats North Korea's. Kind of confused.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the Springer guy. Yeah. Been there. It's awesome. That's definitely
one of these days we need to do a Springer only game. I've never actually played a Springer only game, and they sound like so much fun.
We've done it before, and you weren't in our department yet, and it was an obscene amount of fun.
Yeah.
You missed out.
Oh, sorry.
The My Batteries Died kid. I think a lot of us have been there. Let's see. Mr. No Hop Up. I mean, I've shot the hop up out of a gun before, which sucks.
Dude, how do you do that?
It was actually the first and one of the only times I tried teching.
There's your problem.
I got a Tanaka M700, and I was just trying to adjust the hop up, and I'd screwed the hop up knob down too much, and I test fired it, and literally the hop up shot out of the barrel.
That's actually amazing. Someone asked what KWA making that's new. They should actually be coming out really soon. A new line of LM4s and a bunch of different lengths, including I believe it's a 16 and 18 and a 20-inch variant. So they all have collapsible stocks, but I believe because the buffer tube is a mil spec, you might actually be able to change it out and have an actual like M16 gas blowback.
Guy who makes his homemade rails. I have never seen anyone
that.
who does that.
I mean, unless you mean it's a stock handguard with duct tape, then I mean.
What upgrades would you recommend for an M4 carbine? Well, there are a number of recommendations we suggest immediately. First one, which would be like maybe a Type bore barrel, a Miracle barrel, or a better aftermarket hop up. But it also depends on what kind of gun you have and what kind of FPS or performance specs you're trying to achieve. Like if you have a gun that shoots 350 feet per second and you wanted to get up to 400, then we'd recommend a stronger spring.
Yeah.
If you want better trigger response, we recommend a better motor. But generally, overall, most people would choose to upgrade the barrel and the hop up first.
And if you're speaking in like externals, if it's a basic M4, like new rail system, maybe a new stock. One thing I actually like to change out is a different pistol grip, because the A2 grips can be kind of uncomfortable with where the trigger guard is, because it sometimes digs in if you have like the standard grip on. I don't really like it.
That's more of a personal preference thing.
Yeah.
The guy who screams to move up but is always in the back. We're actually talking about that earlier because I've seen that a number of
plenty of
events. Yeah, it's really annoying. Mr. Cry Precision Operator. Yeah, we've definitely seen those out there.
Operator.
And for me personally, it's like when they brag about it too much, it gets annoying. But I feel personally jealous because I wish I could afford a set of like $500.
Yeah, like
pants.
I mean.
I hear they're incredibly comfortable.
Yeah, like I mean, I don't mind if it's like, okay, you went out and you spent your money on the Cry stuff, but don't be all up in my face about it, like consistently, like, oh, well, I've Cry this, Cry that, and this is Cry, and have you seen my Cry pants? And they're good looking, right? And you've seen these Cry pants, right? Like then you're like, okay, dude, just shut up. We get it.
I think the part of it that gets annoying is when like people are like, you're not legit unless you have like legit gear. It's like, no, dude, you're legit if you have a function gun, you have safe eye protection, and you're out there to have a good day of gameplay. So, but still, I hear Cry pants are so comfortable.
Yeah, I've never tried a pair on. I'd like to.
Can I use your gun guy? Yeah, that can be pretty forward, especially. I mean, for me, like I've definitely.
Especially if I don't know you.
Oh, especially because I've actually loaned a gun out to someone who like wanted to get into it, and they were like a friend of a friend, and they broke the front sight. I'm like, hey, dude, like, can you help me out? Like, just give me some money to like cover that. He's like, oh, that's your gun's fault. Like, it shouldn't have been made crappy. It's like, well, then I'm not lending you any crap anymore if you're going to be rude like that.
Out of here.
Let's see. The I'm a sniper because it's cool guy. I haven't met any of those, but I can.
A lot of them.
I can believe that there's a lot of them nowadays, especially with how prevalent sniper footage has gotten airsoft.
I think part of it is people have this like thought that like, oh, sniping, I'm going to sit behind, I'm going to get all people from super far away, blah blah. But it's like, this is airsoft. They don't have the same range that you're thinking. Like, for most of the time, unless you have a heavily upgraded sniper rifle, like maybe you have like a DMR style, like a Polar Star, or like a heavily upgraded JG-R10, your range is about the same as any other AEG.
Indeed. Sorry, I'm just going to keep moving on because we're running low on time. The BB.
Oh yeah, we are.
Yeah, the BB Moocher and the I'm out of BBs guy. Those are more or less the same stereotype.
Yeah.
And yeah, it does stink when you run out of BBs, but BBs are so cheap in airsoft. Like, why not just like?
I mean, the thing is, most fields have some too, so it's like you completely run and just go buy them real quick.
The dual wielder. I've been there before, and it is really fun, but it's not nearly as effective as you would think.
It looks cool, but you're like, I always forget to pull the trigger in my left hand because like I start shooting and then like my right one's going fast enough. I'm like, oh no, now I have to catch up, and it's like this one runs out, and I'm like, I'm still shooting.
Bob, can I message you on Messenger to see if you know what is wrong with my Tokimurui GBB G18C? I'll be honest, I personally don't have any experience with the Tokimurui G series pistols, but you would have a better chance of finding out what you can actually do to fix it if you message or text or call our customer service department. Mainly because I'm in awful tech. However, our techs are incredibly well informed and do great jobs.
Well versed.
Thank you. I was really running through my thesaurus on that one. But yeah, message our customer service department. They have a direct line to our tech department, or you can even call them right now.
That's what I think they're open for another 30 minutes.
That's right. But that's what I would personally suggest. Let's see. The dry fire guy. Yeah, there are those. The troll. I'm curious what they would troll with.
Bob, do you like watermelons?
I do like watermelons.
All right.
Actually, it's funny. Last time I was visiting my buddy's farm, he's like, "Bob, do you want a watermelon?" I was like, "Yeah." It's like, good, park your car. And then we just went outside, crossed the fence, and grabbed some. It was his own crops. He's like, yeah, just pick 1 or 5. I was like, oh, thanks, Peter. I only need 1.
Yeah,
so,
it was like,
whatever.
I'm still eating the watermelon from 4th of July.
Hell yeah, man. Airsoft ASAP on IG. There you go, Slim Shady. Okay, Profit. What's up, Profit? The insane paint job camo guy. Yeah, I've definitely seen a couple interesting gun paint jobs, and I hate to sound like broken record. I've been there. I remember painting my sniper rifle like late at night in Bakersfield in Kern County and thinking like, yeah, this is gonna look so cool. And then I literally wake up the next morning, bring it out just to take a look at it, and it's like bright bone white with neon green. I'm like, man, this looks so much more subdued at night. Yeah. So I had to completely repaint that. The used gear guy. Yep. Been there. The grenade only guy. That can be very fun and entertaining. The bulletproof vest guy. That's pretty much Superman.
Yeah, like Terminator status.
Yeah. The guy whose airsoft budget beats North Korea's. I assume that would be a lot of people.
I still don't get that, though.
The Milsim douche. Yeah. Yeah, definitely see some of those at recreational fields. Someone actually mentioned something earlier, and Joseph Aranda saying Banana Airsofter brings it up. I think it's the banana gun bang bang guy. Someone comes around the corner like bang bang with banana. I think that's really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me know what you guys think too. I think that's hilarious. The lightsaber guy. Big fan of the lightsaber guy because I usually get into duels with him. The Sistema PTW collector. You ever seen any of those?
I've only seen 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Like, not collect, like, they just have a Sistema and, like, that's their only gun.
Well, I know, I don't know if Green Mountain Rangers still does this, but I believe if you're on their team, you have to have a Sistema PTW.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah. The little kid around 10 years old that has their parents drop them off, then gets scared and leaves halfway through the game. Well, I mean, they are 10 years old, and I would hope their parents would stay there if they are that young. Bob, will some of your tech people be there at BB Wars at GamePod? I do not believe any of our techs are planning to come up with us. GamePod does have some of their staff that are techs on site, specifically Raul. I believe he is the GamePod manager. He does do teching, but you do have to ask him nicely. I believe some of the folks from our walk-in store should be up there Sunday, but they'll be on their own personal time. So you can ask them if they will, but again, it's their own personal time, and it would be literally a personal favor sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because, they're driving up Saturday night, playing on Sunday, then driving back down on Sunday.
That's insane.
The Can I Hold Your Axe Bob guy. Hey, it's Red Wolf Airsoft. Hey, what's up? It's good to see you guys again.
It's going to be late over there, or early, one of the two. I'm not sure what time it is over in Hong Kong.
Well, it's funny. I was actually just watching Tim Selby's live stream of, moving on to Canada.
Oh, is he in Canada?
He's in Canada, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That's why he's out.
Well, he's pursuing acting out there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good for him.
Good.
Indubitably.
But to actually go to your comments, I don't have a problem with someone holding the axe, but I've had a couple people over the past few years be like, hey, can I sign your axe? Which is really weird to me. Like, I've had people sign it before, but it's because I requested them. It was the first event we ever did, but I think it's
a little.
It's happened a couple times where someone's like, hey, can I just sign something of yours? Like your hat or your gear? And it's like, no. And it's weird. People have gotten offended by that, which is really weird.
Also, since we're on, Tim, one of these days, if you're back in California, we need to redo that interview that we did at Broken Home, because when we tried to do it, the audio was all funky afterwards.
Oh, jeez.
Because we was like, sorry, your interview's not happening, the audio was bad. And I was like, ugh.
Well, if I remember correctly, I think Tim is going to be a Red Wolf ambassador, and they've got a new guy there named Mark.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So I think Tim will be out of Canada, and hopefully we'll see him at some events sometime soon.
So Tim's going to become even friendlier.
Oh, I don't know if he can be any friendlier.
But he's moving to Canada.
Good point. Hey, Bob, it's me who saw you in California and won the chair backpack. Hey, what's up, Kevin Dang? I hope you like that chair backpack. Let me know if it's handy for you. I personally, I might buy one before dove hunting season starts.
Chair backpack?
Yeah.
I didn't see this.
We've talked about it before, Bill. It's, I think it's from Jag Precision or DEF CON, but it's essentially a backpack. And then it's got a stool molded into it.
So okay. Yeah, now I remember
what
you talking about. I was like, what? Chair backpack?
The guy who gives orders to everyone. Yep, been there, seen that.
Duct tape holster guy? I wouldn't even be mad. That's just impressive.
I've seen a guy with a duct tape plate carrier.
That's
and
awesome.
I was very impressed.
It's like those. You ever seen those pictures of like the guys that go to prom with a duct tape suit?
Yeah,
They made.
yeah.
Like that's just impressive.
The energy drink softer, seen that and been there.
Hey, sometimes that's what you got to do to survive.
Yeah. The .12 gram BBs guy, or the guy who uses .12 gram BBs in a rental gun and breaks it. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, because it's weird. Because some people, especially usually people who are just getting an airsoft, they see, oh, I can get .12 gram BBs, and my BBs will just go that much faster and further. And it's like, they don't know. And it's unfortunate that, we have noticed some companies will advertise, like, a gun, it shoots faster with .12 gram BBs, but it's like they also don't say, this is going to break your gun. So it's very frustrating. Okay. Yeah, we are. Ooh, actually, we still got a little bit more
Is Tim making
time.
fun of me? The I have 1 million mags guy? I think he might be.
I don't know if he's making, I don't know if he's making directly fun of you, but I mean there are people that do that.
I did have 10 LM4 mags that broke at home, but in my defense, those do only hold 40 rounds.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Like for Milsim games, I would carry between 7 and 10 or 7 and 11 LM4 mags. This is Tim.
It is Tim. Hi, Tim.
What's up, Tim? And he's fixing the microphone. Let's see.
I've never encountered this one. The can I use rehydration bladder kid?
Yeah, I mean that is awkward. However, I personally have offered people to use water for my hydration bladder before because like they're like, hey dude, you look like you need some water.
Yeah, you're gonna die.
Yeah, and like I've definitely put pressure on it so the water comes out because I don't want to get sick off someone who's
Don't want
sick.
that contagious lip fungus.
That's a disgusting way of saying it, but yeah. Let's see. The extended mag guy. Yep, definitely those. Hey, Bob, do you prefer spring or gas sniper rifles? It's weird. For most of my airsofting career, I prefer gas sniper rifles just so I can quickly and quietly cycle the bolt. However, I will be honest, after watching Novrich and also watching a few other friends of mine play with spring sniper rifles, if you really are going to get into sniping in general, consistency is key. Mm-hmm. So, out here in Southern California, it's a lot easier to get away with using a gas sniper rifle because, the temperature is a lot
pretty
more
warm most of the time.
It's more temperate, yeah. But, as far as consistency, definitely a spring sniper rifle would be better. So overall, I would say spring is better. My background is gas. This is a good one from Red Wolf. The I promise to turn up at the next event, but never does guy. I feel like I've been that too because there've been a lot of events I've wanted to go to I haven't been able to make it to just from a lot of personal stuff. Like definitely American Milsim Broken Home, which you
had a wedding to go to, and I'm like, I'm gonna go.
Yeah. American Milsim Faded Giant. Never been to that.
You did go to Ironclad though.
I did go to Ironclad. That was a fun game. I hope I can make it to Copperhead again. A sniper at CQB. That's an interesting one.
Yeah, I saw that a few times at not Broken Home. At Game Pod.
Yeah.
I was just thinking of the video when the grenade falls. Oh my god!
Yeah.
You had one job.
You had one job, Daniel. That was really fun. The Novrich wannabe. Yeah, definitely sniping. Sniping has become that much more popular. And Kaz 7777. Your shout outs approved.
The insane gear but sucks guy.
Ah, yes.
I'm pretty sure I've been there once or twice.
Well, some people, Frank Woods, the actor, I don't know who that's put after. Yeah, some people think that, the gear makes the player, but really it's the player who makes the gear. Let's see. What is the camo M4 with silencer and red dot above Bob's head? That is actually a very old,
right? Yeah.
I think it's a Spring M4.
No.
Yeah, it's either that or an LPEG, which is a low-powered electric gun. It's definitely not worth taking out onto the field. We were doing a load-off based off of a Shugart and Gordon from Black Hawk Down, and that's one of the guns we based off of those setups.
For the look.
Yeah. That Boy Scout, your shout-out is approved, as well as G-Man Videos, your shout-out is approved. And yes, the Cry Guy from Red Wolf. Yeah, we were actually talking about that earlier and how comfortable
Cry or die, bro.
I'm sure those pants are really comfortable.
Yeah.
The chair softer guy, axe guy. Yeah, screw those axe guys. They're lame. The guy who thinks it's a real life war. Yeah, some people too take it too seriously. As if Stone Mountain 64 was playing Airsoft. Yeah. The guy from the Rest in Peace Kid video. Ooh, if I met that kid, I'd be pissed off.
Well, yeah. The part of that video that was just kind of weird was everyone in unison looks at the kid, looks at him, proceeds to look back at the kid. Like, everyone's heads in unison.
They're in shock, though.
Yeah, I know.
What the hell?
I was just more amazed that everyone was in unison while doing it.
Yeah. Well, it's just human nature. Tomo D, your shout-out is approved. Let's see. The Clear Gun Guy. Yeah, definitely been there. I've definitely had some of those out there. And, as far as I'm concerned, honestly, as long as you go out there and have a good time, that's all that matters. Life or Death Guy, that would be like pretty much someone who's taken too seriously. Are you going to sell that Black Hawk Down gun behind Bob? We don't have plans to sell it because I'll be honest, like, this really wouldn't function on the Airsoft battlefield very well. Once again, I'm pretty sure that's actually a Spring M4.
Like, we just did it for the looks.
Yeah. The guy in the opposite team who asked you to borrow some green gas, that is kind of funny. Oh my God, Bob, get Stone Mountain 64 to play Airsoft. Who agrees? That would be actually pretty fun. So maybe we can hit him up and see if he's interested.
Wait, is that the guy that takes Battlefield super serious?
That is him.
I love those videos. They're so funny.
Well, it's interesting because there's actually, from what Greg Wong has told me, there's a method behind that madness, is that he will actually go into a server and play as if he only has one life, and once he dies, he leaves the server. And those are the videos you see. So, the Attachment Whore. And yes, you can have a shout-out. Snow Gaming, your shout-out is approved. Looks like we actually ran a little bit over time, so we'll see if there is one or two more things we can mention. I can't say that.
I think you just read the one.
Yeah. Bob, what do you think of the Ares Amoeba? I think for the price, it's actually a really good gun. I do like the enlarged magazine release. I was actually surprised how much that meant to me. It's just actually a nice feature to have.
I like the really short ones.
Yeah.
Those are really cool.
There's a joke there. Yeah. But yeah, I think for the price, the polymer build is really good, and I think it's a very good gun and fun to play with. The Cover Me guy who's playing Pokemon Go, the Yelling Airsoft guy, the Speed Softer. I'm surprised it took us this late in the show to see that. The Check Out My YouTube guy. Yep. Yeah. There's definitely a lot of those. Yeah. And Raptor Airsoft, your shout out is approved. All right, guys, I think that's actually gonna be it. We're almost at 5:20. But let us know if there are any gun reviews you would like us to do. Throw them in the comments below. If there's maybe a title or a topic suggestion for our next live show, throw that in the comments below. Also, make sure to take advantage of our giveaway coming up on July 15th for the Dan Wesson 715 gas or CO2 pistol or CO2 revolver. To enter into that giveaway, make sure to follow our Instagram, make sure to follow Action Sport Games Instagram, and make sure to check out the post that we posted about the 715 revolver and type hashtag Team ASG and hashtag ASGI. And don't miss out on our patch package, which is going to have all of these gift cards in there, as well as a lot of different patches.
Is that over $4,000 worth of gift
Over
cards?
$4,000 worth of gift cards, including these yellow ones are $250 up to $1,000. And also, we've got BB Wars games coming up on the East Coast and the West Coast.
Yes, we do.
BB Wars Battlefront Spider Hole happening on July 24th at Augusta Airsoft in Virginia. That is available on our website. It's sponsored by Vulcan and
GI Tactical.
Yes,
are on there too.
And GI Tactical's website. In addition to BB Wars Origins Airsoftology, sponsored by Crytek on July 30th and 31st at GamePod Combat Zone. I'm personally very excited to go to that event, and I will look forward to seeing you guys there. Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye.
See you guys next time.
Oh, that's not the button I'm supposed to click. Why can't I click on the right?
Why, you're really having issues over
wow.
here. There's the button.
Bye-bye, guys.